How's that?
Welcome to POSTCAST. David Locke along with Ron Boone as the Utah Jazz get a stirring, remarkable, fabulous, terrific, outstanding, soul-filled win over the Phoenix Suns tonight in a 134-133 game that had everything you could imagine. Lauri Markkanen incredible, Devin Booker incredible, guys going back and forth. Truly a great one tonight, and we're talking about it coming up on POSTCAST. David Locke along with Ron Boone. Welcome to the Jazz. Kind of still a buzz in the arena after the Jazz beat the Suns 134-133. And this overall, Ron, this was just an incredible game. The offense is dominated. Jazz scored 40 in the first, 42, 74 in the first half, 107 in the first three. It was 107-105 heading to the fourth. 134-103. This was modern NBA offensive domination.
Yeah, and of the 32 assists that the Jazz had, you mentioned that first quarter, 12 of those assists came in that first quarter. I mean, that was just a very exciting first quarter that we've probably had all season long. But overall, the game was played and the Jazz offense was executed exactly the way we saw it this morning.
So dig into that. What did the Jazz do, and what were they exploiting in this game?
Well, this is a team that was switching. They switched 1 through 4. Sometimes they switched 1 through 5 with 8, just depending on if it was Olynyk or if it was someone like Markkanen or something like that. But for the most part, they were switching 1 through 4. So the slip that the Jazz were using was either guard to guard, forward to forward, just didn't matter. They would slip, and sometimes you get both defenders going with the slip man. You got an outside shot, or if that's not the case, if they trying to jump the switch, now you slip, and you got to dunk it. How many times do you see Markkanen get a dunk there, in that ball game because the guys trying to overplay it.
Two of the numbers that jump out: Mike Conley 10 assists, Jared Vanderbilt 8 assists tonight.
Yeah,
they were using Vando to try to create some of these opportunities, and that's where they got him. And the Jazz ended up tonight with a 29 assists. Jazz shot. No, excuse me, that was the Suns had 29 assists. Jazz had 32.
Yeah.
Jazz shot just lights out tonight. Like we talk about make or miss league and all that stuff, and you always we're going to take the make or miss. The data of this one's going to be incredible. The Jazz make or miss league tonight. They made them. Not only they shoot the threes 16-31, and not only they shoot 51 and 91, but their last two field goals, Mikal Bridges guards Jordan Clarkson in every way imaginable, and Jordan simply goes ballet to go get an extra, somehow get a shooting window, fades back and makes it. And Markkanen on a play with the shot clock winding down on the left side fades back from 22 on the left side over Devin Booker and makes it. Those two shots late were just incredible.
I'm sorry.
Eddie Johnson's
good. But that shot by Markkanen, first of all, you see how high he had to put that up to keep it from getting blocked? And then it barely buckled the net. Incredible shot, desperate shot, and it still goes in. But Clarkson's shot had no business going in. And you see the frustration in Bridges, who, as you mentioned so many times, is a great defensive player. He throws his hands up in the air and discusses, what else do I need to do, to try to defend something like that. But, sometimes those things happen.
We're watching Lauri Markkanen learn how to be a number one option. He was below 20 points in each of his last 3 games. Frankly, could have been worn out. We all were. The burden on him is bigger than it's ever been before. I thought that was my feeling as the Knicks game, I just thought the burden the Jazz were experiencing was more than some of the guys could handle, and that Conley and Clarkson and Markkanen had kind of worn down. Lowry gets 2 nights off. It does amazing things for you. He goes 15 of 18 tonight. 38, is that the final number there? 38 points, and is learning how to be, because you saw him tonight do it in the post, you saw him do it in different ways. Yeah. Of how is he going to, what's available to him, and what's he going to do to assert himself on the game?
I'm sure he's got it figured out on what he can do in this league at his size, and he knows his skill set and all that kind. But what I was impressed with was the hard drives that he had, using his body, meaning he was pounding his way in position, using his shoulder. And once you get the shoulder in there, he just continued on and finished. But that's what I was impressed with. Now at 7 foot, you realize is that he can score down in the paint. And then with that long range jumper, you've heard so many times we talk about, well, people have known me to be a 3-point shooter. His field goal percentage is not that great this year, but he's scoring, all over the floor. And I was impressed with the power moves tonight.
Jared Vanderbilt had a pretty incredible night tonight. We mentioned the 11 rebounds and the 8 assists. I thought the interesting one, he got the assignment on Devin Booker as much as they possibly could. Devin Booker was incredible tonight. 49 points on 31 shots, 15 of 15 from the line. And I don't know if anyone slowed him down or anyone bothered him, but there were a bunch of plays where Vanderbilt knocks the ball away and just takes shot clock away from them. And he made him work. And I thought Jared, that was the first time we've seen them use Jared as the defensive stopper on a guard. And I thought that was notable.
It was notable, and I like Vanderbilt. I think he's probably one of the better big men on the perimeter as far as defending, and I'm sure that's why Coach Harding put him on Booker. But, Booker's a phenomenal player. I mean, all you can do against a guy like that, and I'm sure that's what Vanderbilt was thinking, just try to disrupt things, take him out of his rhythm, keep him from getting to spots. He's a great mid-range shooter, and 31 attempts tonight. Yeah, it's still, you get 31 attempts, that makes the defender work, all the time.
Pretty impressive performance by the Jazz. Conley gets in foul trouble, and the Jazz actually survive it. Mike Conley was actually -2 today. As the Jazz survive it, Taylor Horton-Tucker puts in some pretty important moments. Fontecchio hits a big 3. Malik Beasley, though, we got to talk about. 10 of 17, but 7 threes tonight, and he is coming off set plays for open 3 looks, and he gets square, and this kid can really shoot.
7 for 13, as a matter of fact, and range is not a problem for him. I mean, the ball is soft enough that it's like it barely gets there, and it goes in. But that's what he's known for. That's what he likes to do, shoot the 3. As I mentioned so many times, 243-point shots made last season. That is, unbelievable. Yep. Just think about Joe Ingles. I think Joe Ingles had 200 one time, and that was, you see the kind of looks he was getting, when he was here. But 243-point shots made, that's unbelievable.
Jazz go to 7-3 in the clutch this year, which is exactly the type of games they weren't supposed to win. If you wanted, this is a reoccurring theme. The Minnesota game, the New Orleans game, the Denver game, this game. The games the Jazz were with this roster, the Jazz were going to play hard, be aggressive, be in games, and then the final 5 minutes fall apart. And that's what the expectation was. That's not what's happening here. These guys have a soul, I think is the way to say it. There's a soul to this basketball team.
The fourth quarter, and I'm just trying, while you were talking, I was trying to do what time we were up. Well, probably the whole fourth quarter, that, teams seemed to turn into a half-court game. And both teams were getting to spots and making some things happen. But it just shows that okay, the Jazz possibly can play a half-court game there as well, and don't necessarily have to play it in transition to make it work. 27 points, and the Suns had 28.
Well, Mike Conley just late in games being that thread that's holding the fabric together, controlling everything, every position, huge rebound late, great energy, and you can just tell he's playing with a pizzazz and a zest to his game this year.
Yeah, that rebound, that was one of his 4 rebounds in that fourth quarter. That was
4 rebounds in the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, yes, that was huge.
Wow, 4 rebounds is a lot for a 6'1" Mike Conley in the fourth quarter. Everyone's saying on our chat room, I got to give credit to Ben. He had a pretty good line. Lauri Markkanen's not finished. He's just getting started. Oh,
I like that.
More at 11 tonight at Giggles. Everyone's saying the stars are easy, that it's Beasley and Markkanen. I don't know that I think the stars are that easy tonight. I got a little room for Jared Vanderbilt on my star votes tonight with the way he distributed and rebounded and kept the game alive. Would he have 5 offensive rebounds tonight? I got a little love there. Also, Bees and Markkanen were definitely the offensive stars. What's your thought, Ron?
I'm going with Beasley and Markkanen for sure, without a doubt. I mean, the big shots that both of those guys made. I know that Beasley, without a doubt.
And he joined us.
And who are you going with?
Well, I just think Vanderbilt had a really great game tonight. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to
it sounds like you
love.
just want to give it to him, and not.
I was trying to give Vanderbilt a little love, man.
Okay.
The dude had 8 assists and 11 rebounds. I'm agreeing that Malik Beasley 7 threes on the night where the Jazz go an incredible 16 of 31 from 3. And then the confidence Will Hardy has and runs a play for Malik Beasley on the final play. He did miss that shot. Malik joined his postgame and said he should have made that shot.
I think that's the season high, man.
Stars tonight are, in fact, Beasley and marketing. That wraps us up. Have a great one. Thanks very much for joining us in the live audience. Thanks for joining us on POSTCAST. We'll be with you tomorrow on the floor. We'll be about 2 hours, 15 minutes before the game in Portland. Join us at DLock09 on Instagram for that. Thank you very much.